What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing a full grand challenge going from 0 to 12 wins using this new mortar deck that has been going around like crazy in the meta for the last couple weeks. So people realize that the minion horde is pretty strong now. It does a ton of DPS after the buff that the minions in the minion horde received, 15% more damage, and then you got the flying machine in the deck. So the deck is kind of fireball bait and also arrow bait at the same time, since you have the skeleton army, the archers, as well as the minion horde, and then of course the skeleton king is going to pair well with all of them because so many things to fill up its bar. So before we hit in the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. Thank you guys who do that. But yeah, let's get in the first game here, see if we can get the 12 wins. So we're against this Japanese player here. Let's go ahead and unmute him. So we got the skeleton army. Okay, so he's going to go Royal Hogs first play of the game, very, very aggressively. Aggressive start from him. So we're going to get a very nice counter push. He got very little damage from that. So he is using the cannon. Ooh, if he's using the Royal Hog deck, the cycle one with delivery and, yep, Archer Queen, this is going to be a bit of a difficult matchup. But because he did just use his delivery and the Archer Queen, we could probably go... Oh, wow, yeah, we got a ton of damage. I think the main issue was he overcommitted so much on the first push going in for the Royal Hogs that he just was not able to defend adequately there, as you saw. So we are able to take that out because he played the Archer Queen ability too late. Unfortunately, I think he is back to his delivery, so he'll likely just go for delivery on top of the minions here if he's smart. He does, but it's really, really late. So yeah, first game here, the Grand Challenge. So as you'd probably expect, our opponent is making some mistakes here, because I don't think that this is that good of a matchup, just because he is using the delivery, likely the earthquake, and also the log. So he does have a lot of answers to our bait cards, but he overcommitted on the first push and just probably didn't defend amazingly that minor minion horde there. Either because I think he had the elixir, I think he just played it a little late, I don't really know. But anyway, just have to defend for the rest of the game here. Maybe to make things interesting, we'll go for the 2 crown as well. So yeah, there is the earthquake as I expected. It's crazy that this Royal Hog cycle deck is still viable despite it getting all the nerfs it's gotten. Obviously, I think the Archer Queen has gotten 1 or 2 since the deck came out. The Fire Spirit even got 1. The Cannon got 1. The Earthquake got 1. It does less damage to towers. And I think even the Log got 1. Less damage to towers as well. And despite all of those nerfs, it is still very much viable. I have seen it a decent amount on ladder as well. So yeah, I'll just go minion horde here, defensive mortar. I misplayed it, but it doesn't really matter. I meant to play it 1 tile over to the right, but at this point we got a ton of health on our towers anyway, so I think we can make a small mistake here and there without it affecting us too much. So that's gonna be a nice win here. I try to go for 1 more. Yep, there it is. Just minion horde. I will say, a big tip, when you are against a deck that has delivery, your minion horde is going to be broken on your side of the map. It's only bad on their side of the map. But likely, decks that have delivery aren't going to have arrows in the same deck, because they both kind of serve a similar purpose. There's not many times I see someone have something like... And even Fireball. It's very unlikely someone will have Fireball in the same deck as delivery, and same with arrows. So if you know you're against a delivery deck, just abuse your minion horde on defense, because on your side, it's going to get a ton of value. Even though it might not on their side, on your side it will. So we'll go archers in the back. He's going to go for a hog immediately. Very, very aggressive start, just like the other guy. This time, though, that aggression is going to work out for him a bit more, just because we did have to overcommit quite a lot on that hog, and he ended up getting some chip damage as well. Our arrows aren't going to be too valuable in this matchup, because obviously they won't take out the musketeer, and they're decent though against, I guess, skeletons and stuff. So if we're going for a massive push and we have the miner in, oh, okay, so he's using... You know what I'm going to do? He might have... I was thinking this is 2.6, but he might have Earthquake. So I'm going to do this, because if he has Earthquake, I don't know if, I guess that was a nice kite by him. I wasn't actually expecting him to do that with that Hog Rider. So this is definitely someone who's probably somewhat decent if they know how to do that hog kite. I wasn't anticipating that at all. We're going to go archers here. And then I'll likely have to go for a defensive miner just because of the queen, obviously. Didn't really have anything else that would have been good to play on it. So yeah, I'm going to assume he doesn't have a fireball because I think for sure he would have fireballed that minion horde if he did. So the minion horde will fully counter the hog now, especially with that extra DPS it does, easily able to take it down. And he's got to overcommit quite a lot on top of that minion horde there. That minion horde got a ton of value. Took out the hog and then forced an ice golem and an ice spirit, so he had to overcommit a bit. We'll go skeleton king here. In the back, we're up a couple of elixir, as you can see. And he's going to go queen. I think flying machines in the opposite lane of the queen are good because he doesn't really have a good answer to the flying machine besides the archer queen. So let's go for like a mini push here. Okay, so once again, he still hasn't gone for an earthquake, which is very strange. I'm pretty shocked he hasn't yet, and I don't know why he hasn't. He just, for some reason, is being, I don't know. Just very, I don't know, he hasn't used it. I'm starting to wonder if he has it or not. Maybe he's got a rocket. Who knows? I guess we'll see. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll hit him up with a minor minion horde in the opposite lane. He could go for that hog kite, but I think that, you know, it's hard to pull off every time, and as you can see, he's not able to do that. We are able to overwhelm him here. Minion horde on top of the tower as well, and that tower went down really, really quick as soon as it locked on the tower. So yeah, it's going to be GG there. Really nice win. Kind of curious if that guy had an earthquake or what spell he had because he didn't play it the whole time. He played very, very well in single elixir, but just started making some mistakes after that. So let's take a look here. Okay, so yeah, he did have an earthquake as I expected. He just didn't play it for whatever reason. It would have gotten some good value, though, against the mortar and the skarmy, that's for sure. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to overcommit. Alright, so in our next one here, we got Mortar, we got Skeleton King, Skarmy, so just going to wait a couple seconds to see if he wants to do anything. If he isn't going to do anything, though, then... So, when you're using Mortar Archer Queen, it's fine to go Mortar first play, but you don't want to do that with this deck because it's very hard to defend an Electro Giant if you do, just because this is a different variation, so it's much better to go for like a Skarmy first play of the game, or even probably a Skeleton King first play would be a bit safer than going Mortar first play with this particular variation. So he's going to get a ton of damage. I don't know what we could have done to avoid that because a Magic Archer, when it's locked on your tower, I don't know. There's not a whole lot you can do, but luckily we're going to bounce back really quickly. That Mortar is going to get a lot of damage, actually. Yeah, we're actually going to, I think, take the lead slightly. Yeah, so I can't complain at all with that. Can't say for sure what he's using. It looks kind of like a P.E.K.K.A deck, but I don't really know because he... Yeah, I just don't really know. It might be a good idea to pressure here because his poison is out of cycle just to kind of... This will kind of like see what he's got as well. It's aggressive, but I felt like it was safe because... I mean, and it worked out. Look at that. The reason why I thought that was going to be a decent play and not too risky is because his poison was out of cycle and his Magic Archer, which are two pretty good counters to the Minion Horde. I knew it was a risk because he might have had something like an E-Wiz, for example, and he might have been able to defend it, but it looks like he didn't, and sure enough, like, we got a lot of damage as a result. Single Elixir, this deck, I feel like is where it thrives the most because you can kind of mess up their cycle, and if they use one good Minion Horde counter, you can often capitalize off of it. Same with the, I guess, the Skeleton King as well. There's a lot of cards in this deck that you can pressure with. That's kind of the beauty of using spam decks like this, because you have a lot of things that can get chip damage on the tower. So that Mortar should kill the Magic Archer, I think, unless the Golem's too far in front. Yeah, nice, it does. Okay, so he does have... He likely has a poison that he's going to use, so I got to be very cautious about... I didn't drop my Skeleton Army for that exact reason. We were ready for that, which was good. If I dropped my Skeleton Army into that graveyard, that could have been really bad. We might have even been close to losing our tower, but we were smart. We saved our elixir, and we prepared in advance. And yeah, it's going to be GG. Nice win here against a strange Golem deck. Can't say I've seen this exact Golem deck before. It's like a hybrid deck. It's like Golem Graveyard at the same time, right? Because he's got Golem, which is typically used with Lightning, but instead of using Lightning, he's got a Poison, and then he's got a Graveyard too, and a Tombstone, which is usually used in Graveyard. So it's literally like a hybrid deck. It's like a Golem and a Graveyard deck at the same time. It has support cards in both of them in the same deck, so pretty interesting for sure. Okay, so in a game here against Rio, we just go ahead and split archers here. He's going to go Bandit first play, so I guess we can go Skeleton Army. And then depending on the spell, will probably tell us what he's running. Oh, wow, okay, never mind, because Log typically isn't used with Bandit, so I actually couldn't tell you what deck this is. We'll have to see some more cards, I guess. So Goblins, okay, what? I still don't know what this is. Oh, man, Firecracker. I don't know what this is. He's got Ice Golem and Goblin Giant in the same deck. That are two cards you typically don't want to play together. Hunter as well. Yeah, he's just got a bunch of, like, random cards in the same deck, essentially. It's just like... It's just a mid-ladder deck, basically. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I don't know what it is, and I couldn't even tell you what his last couple cards are. I mean, he likely has a big spell, if I had to guess. Maybe he's using Sparky, because he's got Goblin Giant? I don't know. We'll see. He could have Sparky. It would be weird, but at this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, he goes... That Firecracker... Even though I have arrows for it, I keep spending, like, all of my elixir, so I'm not able to afford the arrows. I'm not even going to use the ability. I kind of want to activate the King Tower off of the Firecracker, because he's got a lot of ground cards in the deck, so I'm just going to activate it there. I think it's good, because he's got, like, Goblin Giant, he's got... Well, yeah, mostly Goblin Giant. Pretty much any time they have a win condition that isn't a ranged card, such as, like, for example, RG or Lava Hound, you typically want to go out of your way to activate the King Tower. If you don't take a lot of damage in the process, it's usually pretty beneficial. Especially if it's Graveyard, then it's, like, even more important. So, yeah, get 2 Flying Machines down here. It's really easy to stack Flying Machines with this deck if they don't have something like a Fireball or a Poison. They just straight up don't have a counter to them. Go for arrows on top of the Firecracker here. And this is looking like it'll probably be one of the last pushes we need. I mean, that's a pretty massive Mortar lock. So at this point, like, if we can't break through anymore, it doesn't even matter that much because we could probably just play defense the remainder of the game, but alright, yeah, let's just go defensive mortar here. Go ahead and arrow this. Alright, nice, we don't even need to do anything else. That mortar came in clutch there. It splashed stuff behind the Goblin Giant. I'm still very confused what this guy's deck is. And I'm confused, like, how did he come up with it? Like, did he just wake up one day and decide this is the deck I want to use? I don't know. It's confusing though. We'll go mortar here, and this is it. This might be the push we need. Is that on the tower? Oh no, it's on the Bandit. Okay, well now it's on the tower, and now that's game. GG. Took a little bit of time to win against this deck, but we got it finally, and there was pretty much no chance he was going to break through because he just didn't have any good spell for what we were using. So yeah, we're already a third of the way through now. 4-0. Try to keep it up here. Alrighty, so we got Mortar, Arrows, Skeleton King, Flying Machine. I'll just wait a little while for him to see if he wants to make a play. If not, I'm thinking, like I said, because there's a chance it's E-Giant, and with this variation, you don't really want to go Mortar first play, because with the other Archer Queen one, that deck has like Ice Spirit and Valkyrie, which are pretty decent at countering E-Giant even if you use the Mortar, but with this one, I don't think it's as comfortable, you're not as comfortable defending the Electro Giant. So I'd rather, just in the case of him possibly having that, rather not go Mortar first play. So he's got a Magic Archer. I guess there's a... I was going to say it's a decent chance it's P.E.K.K.A, but if he's got E-barbs, then obviously it's not going to be a P.E.K.K.A deck. Those were good arrows there. I think, even though they seem like they weren't that valuable, they were definitely helpful. They chipped the E-barbs a tiny bit and made sure the Magic Archer got no damage. We're going to go Defensive Mortar here. So this matchup is going to be a bit interesting. He definitely doesn't have like a good spell for the Flying Machine or the Minion Horde, but his spam is going to be kind of obnoxious, and we have to be careful how we defend the E-barbs, because the Rage, now that it actually kills skeletons, I don't think the skeleton army is actually going to be that good against his E-barbs, so we have to be really cautious about that, and maybe even like Minion Horde on top of them. I don't really know. Okay, I don't think that was a good Magic Archer by him. Because he doesn't have a big spell, I'm actually thinking of going all in here. He probably has an Archer Queen. I don't even think he's got an E-Wiz, so he's got like pretty much nothing for the Minion Horde. Yep, and as you can see, pretty much you should always take advantage of that. When you know what deck they're using and you know their only good counter to the Minion Horde is out of cycle, just go all in, and generally it's going to work out pretty well. So that's exactly what happened. We're going to go Mortar here. That'll actually pull the Battle Ram that's in the opposite lane, while also pressuring the tower we're going for at the same time. So getting as much value as we can out of that Mortar. Very nice there. We'll go for Archers here to kill the Magic Archer. And I think at this point we'll just go all in this lane. Because Magic Archer is dead. He probably will be able to get back to another, but he's going to have to spend a lot of elixir before he's able to do that. And by that point, we already... Yep, look at that one. Look at the one minion. Wow, the one minion pretty much took his whole tower there. If the tower targeted that minion before the skeletons, I don't think we would have gotten it. We still would have had a little while of the game left. But that minion came in clutch there. 5-0, let's go. Alright, in game against H19. So, okay, he goes Bandit first play. This could very well be the exact same deck we just played against, because he's got Bandit and the Heal Spirit, which is seen in that deck we just played against. He's got the Ghost as well. So if he cycles a Magic Archer in the back, I'm probably going to immediately go Miner Minion Horde to pressure. Alright, he's going to go Queen. So actually, yeah, the pretty much the only good counter he has to the Flying Machine is the Archer Queen. I wouldn't say the Magic Archer is that good against the oh no, the Magic Archer is going to help out. That's unfortunate. Luckily, though, at least the we are going to get a good counter push here with the Skeleton King. I don't know if he has a Rage too. He probably does, because most people running this deck are running the... Oh, he's got Log. Okay. Yeah, I guess sometimes people do use it with the Log. Alright, good start regardless. Even though we didn't have an opportunity to go for that Miner Minion Horde, we still dealt a heck of a lot of damage to his tower and took the lead, so I can't complain with that. He's gonna go Miner. And wait, since he doesn't have the Rage, that means our Skarmy is gonna be a bit better against his E-barbs, probably. So this will likely be pretty easy, I would say. I'm gonna Flying Machine in the other lane, I guess, and then let's kind of see what he wants to do. If he's gonna Magic Archer it, maybe, or... Okay, he's gonna go Battle Ram, that's fine. Let's go for this, go for Skelly King, and that's going to be some decent defense, I would say. So if he goes Magic Archer, I'm going to Miner Arrow it. Yep, there we go. Oh, he did. Oh, nice. Even though he did go for that Bandit, we still took it down. He had to go E-Barb, so he overcommitted a ton on top of that. Let's go Minion Horde here. On top of the E-Barbs. He's back to the Magic Archer, but that's fine. I just wanted to take out the E-Barbs. That was the most important task there. Mortar is going to be able to take out that magic archer. And then I'm thinking we maybe potentially go all out in the right lane here, because his magic archer's out of hand. He probably can get back to it rather quickly, but he's going to have to spend quite a lot. Yeah, he does get back to it, but we just go Skarmy here, defend that pretty easily. Just go archers on top of the bandit. Those archers were actually kind of bad, but I guess it's fine. We're just going to ignore the... I was going to ignore it, but he went for a battle ram, so... Probably just Skeleton King here. Flying Machine. And yeah, we're still winning, so as long as we have good defense, we're probably up. Yep, he was trying to go for a pre-log. Didn't pay off for him, obviously. We're going here. He's going to queen, probably. Oh, or do that. That's going to be GG. Nice win there. So you basically just beat the same matchup 2 times in a row, besides the small spells swap. So not that bad of a matchup, clearly, because your minion horde just kind of hard carries. And also probably the Skeleton King as well gets a ton of value. It's a very good defensive ground card, and I feel like any deck that doesn't have a Valkyrie or like a poison or something, it's always going to get a decent amount of value. Alright, so halfway through the challenge here. Haven't ran into too much trouble yet, which is good. But of course, the more wins we get, the harder it will be. The more difficult the opponents will be. So I just said you don't... I just realized I said earlier you don't want to go mortar first play. I don't know why I did. It's definitely risky, but he's got a cannon cart. So he could be using Golem, could be like bridge spam, a few different things it could be. It could be drill, that drill Golden Knight deck, because he's used 2 cards in that deck now, so there's a decent chance it could be that. Yeah, he's got the ghost. Okay, so it's gonna be like 3 bridge spam type of decks in a row. This one's probably gonna be a bit harder because he does have the magic archer, which I would say is pretty annoying. I'm going to try to go in here, though, because his cycle's really messed up. He doesn't have the... Yeah, look at that. That was really smart. So even though he just got a ton of damage on my red tower, right? I feel like players who aren't that good would have probably defended that Phoenix instead of doing what I just did. The reason why I went in there was because his magic archer was out of cycle. And also his Phoenix, right? His only 2 air counters. A tornado's not enough, clearly, because we were able to, you know, it just damaged the minions. It's not enough to take them out. He tried to do like a fancy placement where he was pulling the miner too, but we still took the tower in the end. So we really like made the most out of our situation there, because we were like on paper it looked like we were in a really bad spot, but I really like took advantage of our cycle and his cycle and made the most of it. So that was really, really good. Go, actually we don't have to do anything. That's going to be defended really well. So yeah, our main goal here is just trying to defend the best we can for the remainder of this game. And from the looks of it, we should hopefully be able to do that. Alright, I'm going to have to go prediction minor on top of the... Oh, I predict the magic archer, but still went on the tower. We're fine, though. We're fine, though. We're doing alright. He's doing that laugh at new emote. It's kind of funny. That's probably one of the best new emotes they've added recently. It's very, very good. Great for BMing. Just go Skarmy here. And that's going to be GG. Very, very nice win. So we're actually going to do this emote to flex on him, because he's trying to flex the Ultimate Champion emote. But we got an emote that's a little bit harder to get, I would say. The top 100 global tournament. Alright, so 7-0 here. We're looking really solid. 5 more to go. Alright, we're against Dream Chaser here. So this guy's actually won a grand challenge, so definitely going to be a decent opponent at least. So he's going to go for a Barbarian here. Barbarian usually means it's going to be either Splashyard, Electro Giant, or something like that. And because Oh, okay. Splashyard's a little hard. Because they're... for a couple different reasons. Their poison gets a ton of value. Oh, and he's got baby. That's even worse. Okay, this is going to be hard. We can win, but this is a difficult matchup. I'm going to ignore that baby dragon. Let's see what he does here. Alright, yeah, I think ignoring that baby dragon was the right call, especially because we... Alright, I'm going to go in here. We're going to go Minion Horde Miner. Okay, NATO's that back. Goes Ice Wizard. He played it late, though. We got some damage. That's what I was hoping. We'd get a little bit of damage. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm not going to lie. But I'll try my best to win. We had a good start, which is great. Usually a good single elixir is what gives you the highest chance of winning this matchup. The reason why I know this is a good matchup for Splashyard is because I was playing Splashyard on ladder for a few hours yesterday, and I managed to beat this deck the 3 times I matched it, so I definitely think it's quite favorable for Splashyard, especially because he's using Baby Dragon, which is even better against the, Okay, so he does decide to go for a Tornado. The Skeleton King is also getting distracted as well. We will likely... Okay, yeah, I was going to say have to go arrows on top of that. Alright, we're fine, though. We just the most important thing is keeping up the pressure. The problem is we're in double, though, now. Oh, nice. This might actually be really good. We just... Oh, yeah, nice. We just... Oh, and the poison didn't hit the mortar, but... Oh, we still don't get a mortar lock. That's unfortunate. Oh, those minions, though. Oh, wow, and he just arrowed that. I'm kind of surprised he arrowed that. I don't know why he did. Or, did I say arrow? I meant to say. We're going to go mortar here. Okay, he's going to go for... Alright, there's the graveyard. I got a lot of damage. I didn't want to scar me because I thought he was going to poison, but for some reason he didn't. Oh, but look at the skeletons. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's kind of throwing potentially. Can we get that flying machine connection? Yes, we can. We're going to block the bridge here. Oh, the miner connected, but... Oh, he doesn't have enough for a poison because he... Oh my gosh, this game. Go split archers here. Oh my gosh, let's go. GG. We won a... That's definitely a bad matchup. I don't know if it has a hard counter, Splashyard, but it's definitely very good. Or maybe not very good, but it's for sure a good matchup for Splashyard. So, and we beat someone who has won a Grand Challenge as well. So that was definitely a very, very nice win. By far the best we've had this video so far. Yeah, that was nice. I think if he had Phoenix, it would have been slightly easier. But yeah, when they have Baby Dragon, it's definitely a hard matchup. Because Baby Dragon's really good against... stuff like Skeleton Army and Minion Horde, whereas the Phoenix, since it's not Splash, the support cards in this deck are going to do a bit better against it. So he just went... Alright, I'm going to be pretty aggressive, because he just went Fireball. I know this is probably like a bit over-aggressive, but I'm fine taking the risk here, to be honest, just because he was quite aggressive with that fireball. Oh, that does activate the king tower, dang. Ah, yeah, that probably wasn't very good. I didn't think he would have, he was, going to be able to activate the king tower. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. So, yeah, he's going to have fireball. Fireball is also a pretty solid spell against this deck, kind of like poison is. But you will still be able to get a lot of value out of the mortar, which is good at least. Yeah, it definitely sucks he did get that king activated because that's helpful against this deck, especially because we have a lot of cards where it goes directly on his tower, like for example the Skarmy, the just a lot of stuff. Oh, that was a really bad fisherman. So we're gonna go minion horde here. He's not able to afford a fireball immediately because he went fisherman. So okay, yeah, we're gonna probably go flying machine here. The only thing though is because he's got the phoenix, the flying machine might not be able to break through in this situation, but yeah, we'll just go flying machine back here. It'll take out the phoenix. That's what's most important anyway. And then maybe if he doesn't have another good air counter, if we send in a miner here, maybe this will be a pretty decent push. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have another good air counter, but he was able to defend that pretty well, I would say. We'll just go split archers here. We do get some decent chip damage, I guess. I'm going to actually send in a mortar. It's a little aggressive, but I think it's fine. Interesting RG by him. Let's go for a flying machine. If he fireballs, this is actually a good thing, because then I can use my minion horde. Yeah, I was actually kind of baiting that out, and he kind of took the bait, so that's great, I guess, for us. We're going to go archers here. Let's go for a miner on the tower once again. And he does log, so we'll actually go ahead and use our Skeleton King ability here to apply some additional pressure. And yeah, this match is going very, very well thus far, even though we didn't have a great start due to the early king activation. So we'll just go flying machine back here. Alright, so again, just whatever card they fireball, just use the other one. I mean, that's the general tip with this deck. And this could actually straight up be GG here, because this is a... Well, not GG, but the mortar's on the... I mean, we're kind of overwhelming him at this point, so as long as we keep up what we're doing, we should be alright, I would say. Mortar was about to get another shot. It didn't, though, sadly. I'm actually going to mortar, even though we're playing it into a ghost. We have a flying machine up, helping out. I feel like it's just kind of a good time to send one in. Oh, yeah, this game is just going really, really well for us at this point. I'll go minion horde. If he fireballs it, I don't really care, because we'll just use our flying machine. Oh, he just missed it. Is that going to... Oh, it did hatch. That's unfortunate, so... will be able to defend that without too much trouble. But at this point, like, we pretty much already won, so I'm just trying to take his tower if I can to win the game faster, but I think we don't want to overdo it, because if we, like, overcommit, then I'm kind of surprised this guy hasn't gone for a single RG in the back the whole game, because for me, as someone who uses RG a decent amount, I would say when you're against mortar, majority of the time you want to be going for an RG in the back at least 2 or 3 times in the matchup, but for some reason he's every single time just played it at the bridge, which isn't really getting him anywhere, because it just allows me to go for a mortar that's at full health, whereas when he plays in the back, I have to pre-place a mortar, so some of it goes to waste, and it makes it incredibly easy for me to defend when he just goes for it at the bridge every time. It's also very predictable, and this is like the general rule of this game. Like, I know we won easily, but I'm kind of like, I guess just like advice in general, I think I've said it before, like if you keep doing the same thing every game and it's not working, or if you keep doing the same thing the whole game and like it's not working, then you need to kind of like change up what you're doing a little bit. Alright, here we go. So we found a game against Majo here. So this guy's a pretty good player, you could see from the badges that he had. So, okay, he's going to go for a Barbarian. I'm just going to go for a Skeleton Army then, and then we'll go for a Skeleton King. He'll still have to defend that Skeleton Army, even though he dealt a little bit of damage. Or the Barbarian took 1 or 2 of it out, is what I meant to say. I guess the Fisherman is going in the other lane. Let's go for a Flying Machine here, and then I think we'll go ahead and activate the ability of our Skeleton King, just because it'll force a response out of him. Yeah, he is forced to go for a giant skeleton as well as a barbarian, so he had to kind of overspend there a bit, and our flying machine might, yeah, get some chip damage on the tower. So it's looking like he's probably running an RG deck, if I had to say. We're going to go for a miner here with the minion horde just because it's going to force a response out of... Oh, wow, yeah, the minions do lock on the tower. We're getting a ton of damage, so he kind of screwed up there, not going to lie. I'm not sure, like, what he could have done, like, too differently, but it feels like he kind of... His defense was, like, a little sloppy there. Maybe the hunter... I don't know, it should have been closer to the minion horde. Maybe he should have played it instead of off to the side so much, like a little closer. But either way, it probably was a tricky defense for him, which is the whole reason why I sent in the miner there. I had a feeling that, well, I got kind of lucky that he's not using Fireball. I didn't know that he's running an RG deck here that, well, from the looks of it, that, wow, he, again, just kind of messed up, I think. That was a massive overcommitment, and the same thing is probably going to happen again, where he's going to have a hard time defending this, because he just used a ton of elixir. So the first time was because he went for a giant skeleton, and I kind of pushed off it. This time around, the RG, and as you can see, we pretty much already won the game. And this guy's a pretty good player, too. I mean, you saw from the badges, but, I mean, it looks like we are going to win this one really, really easily. Kind of surprising. But sometimes this deck tends to just destroy people in single elixir. That's how it works sometimes. I mean, if people cycle one wrong card, they can get punished very easily. And this deck, even though it's very popular in the meta right now, at least I've seen it a decent amount. I think there's many players that haven't played against this deck a lot, so even after you play a couple cards, they still don't know what you're running, so they might cycle the wrong thing because they're like anticipating something else. Maybe they don't expect you to have, you know, the minion horde in the deck or even the flying machine, so you can often kind of use those as like a surprise card sometimes, and I think that's what happened to that guy. So we're against Edison here. Go ahead and split archers in the back and see what he wants to do in response. Okay, he's going to go for a Mother Witch, so I'm actually going to go Skeleton King, and then depending on what he does, I might go Minion Horde because he just cycled his Mother Witch. We'll see. Alright, we're actually going to arrow this because it's going to take out the Mother Witch, and he... Ooh, okay, he's running... this is going to be probably a harder RG deck to beat, and the only reason why I say that is because he's got the Mother Witch and the Tombstone, which are going to be very valuable. I don't know if he's got a Fireball, though, or a Lightning. I'm hoping it's a Lightning, because if he does have a Fireball, then, of course... Oh, wow, he just messed up really badly. Kind of like the other guy, the kind of really sloppy defense. Already an incredible start to this game, because... Oh my gosh, that's pretty much going to be tower down if he doesn't address that mortar, so we, like, pretty much already won. I mean, RG comes in, but really, really late. His Minion Horde's out of cycle, or his Mother Wish is out of cycle, excuse me, so we can just go Minion Horde right on top, and this is already looking like GG. I don't know. Oh, he does have a Fireball. Okay, so it's really good we had the start we had, because I think this isn't an easy matchup, to be honest, because... Unlike the game before where the guy had Earthquake, this guy has a Fireball, so he has a good answer to the Flying Machine as well as the Minion Horde, and he also has Mother Witch, which is good against the Skarmy, the Minion Horde, and all that stuff. But because of this incredible start, as I already said, it looks like we're probably gonna win this one, unless something crazy happens, because at this point, we just need some minor chip and cycling arrows, and we'll pretty much win the game, so... See what he's going to do. He's just going to ignore the entirety of the miner, so pretty much we just need like one or two more miner hits and then just cycle 2 arrows and we win. It's GG. And there we go. That's just a free arrow for us since he decided to go Zappy's just, you know, next to the tower there. So I'll take that arrow value. Thank you very much. He will get some value with the Mother Witch, but because it's hitting the Skelly King Skellies, it's not going to be too big of a deal. And that's going to be another arrow for us there. And yeah, this was just a very easy match. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a matchup now that I think about it. I was thinking it would be hard because of the Fireball, but I just realized, like, he can't really break through. Like in reality, like, he can't break through the Mortar. Because it doesn't even matter that he has the Fireball for the support cards. That's the thing, like, and that's why this deck is so great. Like, so if someone has a Fireball, your Mortar is just going to get a ton of value because, well, Lightning is better against the Mortar. So when they have Fireball, you just abuse the Mortar. And that's kind of what happened this game, or part of what happened anyway. So yeah, we're 11-0. I think it's pretty fair to say I'm gonna win this challenge. I'm gonna just straight up say, and this could be jinxing it. I don't care. I mean, bring it on, because I don't think I'm gonna lose 3 in a row. All I'm gonna say is I cannot remember the last time I've been 11-0 in a grand challenge and I've lost 3 in a row. At this point, I want to say it's been like 3 years or something. I think like, yeah, I mean it's been a very very long time. So yeah, bring it on, matchmaking. That's all I gotta say. Very slim chance I lose 3 in a row, and even if I lose this one, I'm still gonna be very very confident because it just doesn't happen. Okay, so he's gonna go Golem. All right, we definitely have our work cut out for us this match because Golem is certainly not an easy matchup. Maybe I should have gone Miner Minion Horde in the other lane because now that I think about it, yeah, actually, why didn't I go Miner Minion Horde in the other lane? I feel like that would have been the play. This is a decent NATO by him, I guess. It does end up helping to take out the... Okay, good, the flying machine didn't get... Alright, we will go for it. Yeah, actually, this was a really bad start. Yeah, Golem is a little hard. We kind of had a rocky start, though. We can definitely come back. I'm going to pop the ability. He'll probably go for the dash, I guess. Yeah, this is going to be a little tough. I regret not going Miner Minion Horde in the other lane when he went Golem in the back. That was definitely a mistake. I should have done that, and I regret not doing that. But, alright, let's see. We can still definitely, I guess, come back. So, basically, when he goes Golem, we're going to try to pressure the best we can here. So we'll go Flying Machine in the back. See what he wants to do. Is he not going to do anything? Maybe not. He's just going to let that... Okay, this should... Unless I'm wrong, this should be tower down, right? Because he only has like 3 elixir. Yeah, it is going to be tower down. I'm even going to Miner to apply more pressure to force him to have to maybe defend a little bit. If not, at least get us some solid damage. Maybe I should have popped that Skelly King ability. I don't know. Okay, there's no way we can defend that. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to go arrows here. Yeah, this isn't looking too good. It's not over yet, though, obviously, but this is not a good situation at all. I'm not even gonna lie. Being in, like, a... Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be a tough position to win from. But I guess it's still possible. It's not over yet. It's just gonna be very hard. Force a lightning, so we just go Minion Horde here on top of this. That should work out okay. Kind of a bad tornado, actually, by him, because it didn't really do anything. Okay, we have a chance. We have a chance. We just gotta try to find out a pretty creative way to win this. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna try to apply some pressure in this lane now. We'll go ahead and pop up. Do I get my elixir back at least? Looks like I don't. Okay. Sometimes you get the elixir back when the ability doesn't actually go off. It really just depends. Alright, I'm thinking we gotta just go all in. In the opposite lane. It's one of these types of situations, I think. We just gotta do it. We just gotta do it. Oh. We could actually probably defend this. I gotta arrow that, though. Nah, never mind. We can't, we're not defending. Oh. Unless we lightning block. Nah, he just naded. Yeah, that guy had a pretty hard counter. But like I said, I'm not too worried since we do only have one loss. So I'm like 95% sure we're still gonna win the challenge because that was just a tough matchup. I don't think we're gonna lose to it. Oh, this guy's good though. Actually, he's finished okay. Well, he's finished number 5 on ladder. All right, this guy's pretty decent. So, all right, let's see then. I think he's running log bait most likely. Oh shoot, he's got the. All right, well we have a pretty difficult matchup. Trying to take advantage of the fact that he has the delivery out of cycle. And of course the Skeleton King ability didn't go off, so that didn't help us very much. Guess we'll just go archers here. Yep, we ran into a hard counter and someone who's pretty good, so 2 pretty hard counters in a row. It's kind of annoying. I don't really see us winning this matchup unless he makes some pretty big mistakes. This is like really hard for sure. But let's see, I guess. Okay, I'm thinking of if we should go Skarmy on this queen or Minion Horde. I guess Skarmy's probably better. And then we go Mortar here, and then if he goes Royal Hogs, we Minion Horde. Yeah, this guy's definitely playing pretty bad. He usually runs Graveyard on ladder, so he probably isn't as experienced with this type of deck, so that might give us a chance to win this. But even though we had this incredible start, it is by no means over yet because it's still, I mean, since we only have arrows as a spell, still got to be able to go Flying Machine. We got to try to abuse the Flying Machines. They're definitely the key in this match. And then Minion Horde's on defense, of course. Oh, he just went for that pre-log, okay. Oh, he used the goblins so he doesn't have... Oh my gosh. We're actually going to win this matchup, I think. We'll cycle arrows here. Always ignoring the skellies. Go Minion Horde on the pigs. And oh my gosh, we are gonna win that matchup. That was like, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I can't believe, like, he had a number 5 ladder finish and he lost that matchup. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be toxic, but that's kind of embarrassing because this should be like a pretty free matchup for him, but he made a few mistakes, and I will say he is a graveyard main, so like I guess I can't blame him too much, but I'm still pretty surprised. Really, really nice grand challenge. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Give the deck a try if it looked fun. I think it's pretty solid in this meta, especially after the Minion Horde buff. DPS is insane, as you saw in several of the games. So yeah, make sure to like the video if you guys did end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.